Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, I ain't never been with a baddie. She calm, so I add her to the tally. Oh shit, okay, here we go.
Nah, I ain't never been with a baddie. She calm, so I add her to the tally. Madison, but I'm calling her Maddie. Like, Mads try send me that.
Okay, family, come on in, you guys. I just had to come on in here early. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat, you guys. This is where we can come in and we can be ourselves and we can talk about things we've seen, things going on in the trial. I know that when they're just going over litigation stuff and motions and what is legal to be put in and redacted and all that stuff, it gets boring, right? Yeah, I don't care to, I'll go back over it and listen to it, but to be honest with you, it'd be boring. But you should have been in there today because the judge fell down. Now, I'm not laughing about her falling, but some people say allegedly, she does a little tip in her tea. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't matter because I always felt when somebody fall, I have a little empathy for them, like, oh man. But I mean, she got right back. I mean, she sprung up quick. She was like, I'm okay. I don't know where it is. You got to find it. It's kind of like off in the middle. I'm just being honest with you. It's kind of off in the middle. But I'm going to share with you guys something. Okay? You know how nasty Miss Love was to Antonio Sledge? Moktok, that's his nickname, Moktok or whatever. Well, she was in the litigations today, and she was like, yeah, he didn't say what he said before, and that calls for impeachment. So guess what? He's probably going to get 15 years because he did not say what Miss Love wanted him to say. And that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because he was trying to be so nice to her, and he was like, I'm not trying to go back and forth with you. I ain't scared. But she was intimidating. She was yelling at him. He had to tell her, quit yelling at me. I'm not your kid. He had to tell her, why you trying to, and she was intimidated. She was being the biggest bully I've ever seen. I'm going to tell you something. I know when people will bully you. I know when there's a bully in the house. She's a big bully. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. When she showed up yesterday, when Miss Love showed up yesterday, I give her all arms. Why? Because she wore this black a skirt and jacket with this kind of a gray undershirt. And I mean, she was crispy clean. I'm telling you, she looked it nice. She looked it good. She looked it fine. Everything was right in right places. Her legs was banging. Her physique was banging. Her hair was nice. She was carrying herself I mean, she was beautiful. I'm just being honest. I'm telling you, when she wore the pink, please don't ever do that again to us, Miss Love, because I don't know. She was like, I'm kind of a little sick, but she came out like a bear. Rah, rah, rah. But she was wearing black the other day, and I'm telling you, it wasn't just because it was black, because we know black thins you out a little bit, and we don't get to see all those bumps and lumps or whatever. No, you can tell she was looking very professional. She was beautiful. Now, I'm telling y'all just had to see her in the making. She, you guys, right now, I'm not homophobic, but I'm not gay either. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can tell you when a woman is at her finest. I mean, she was beautiful. I mean, all eyes was on her. She was very beautiful. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from her toe all the way up to her head, she wore it well. It was very beautiful. And now, I'm the last person to be judging somebody on what they wear and their hair and stuff. But yeah, just tell her, do not wear that Pepto-Bismol outfit again, because that was making me sick. She said, please don't wear that again. That was crazy. And I normally don't say nothing about somebody's clothes, because, I mean, your clothes is your clothes. It don't make you who you are. But I don't know what was going on with her that day. She just said, I'm not putting on nothing tight. I'm letting it all hang out. And it was. But anyway, you guys, so the sad part about today, and they're still going over some stuff, I'm going to share with you. Miss Love came in, and she's kind of, they lost a lot of things they wanted to add into this case, which I was like, oh, and then when they lose something that they wanted to put in there and make it public, Miss Love be like, oh, I mean, she goes down like a little puppy dog. And Miss Hilton's looking at her like, girl, you just lost that. How in the world? They're looking like, oh, I can't believe that the judge didn't let you allow that in. And I mean, they're looking at each other like, I am surprised. What's going on? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the judge has been doing too much helping Miss Hilton and Miss Love. She has. Now, with that being said, I'm going to share something with you guys. If you are, or you just want to keep up with what's going on, they got a lot of evidence. When I say they got a lot of evidence, now, the funny thing about this evidence is they got a lot of evidence, people who claim that they YSL. And then they've got people that's doing little minor thuggish stuff, like beating people up or taking their chain or saying a YSL and slack and all this other stuff and wearing certain gear. Now, the funny thing about this whole situation is they're calling this Rico and bringing all this stuff in there like, yes, this is to further the organization. And I don't believe Young Thug was getting any of this. What I do believe is a lot of people know that he is this rapper. He's a high profile. If he is with the YSL thing, he named his label after YSL. And and a lot of people do that. They name their stuff or their merch or their song or something after something that's already huge that has not a copyright on it. And that's to grab those people. That's like saying, I'm just going to give y'all a good example. So right now we got this channel. And if I say, oh, you guys, let's not call this, SP News Nuggets or Warriors for Children or woo, 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 woo. Let's call this the Dallas Cowgirls. Now there's already a Dallas Cowgirls, but they're talking about football. But over here we're talking about other stuff. And I think that's what's done happen here. You guys understand what I'm saying? I think that's what happened. So, not only that, and I'm not saying he don't know these people or he sees these people, they're in his town or whatever, and they may be a part of the group, but I believe that there's a whole bunch of little thugs and they get hyped because this person that is a rapper named his his label YSL, and that's their, I'm not saying it's a coincidence. I'm saying that I just don't believe it's organized. I don't believe it's under the same the same characteristics as being organized, being a whole bunch of individual people doing mischief stuff. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And they're trying to make it believe like, oh, it's organized. Oh, it's because that's what Rico means. Rico means it is organized. There's nothing organized about any of this stuff. Now, is there a lot of corrupt that these people that call themselves, YSL are doing, but I don't believe that, he's going, hey, yeah, go rob that person. Hey, yeah, it might be little clusters doing little stuff. I'm going to tell y'all something, and I told y'all this before, and I'm just being honest with you, okay? Just like I shared before. Hey, Miss Margie, how you doing? Hey, Zena, how you doing? Tina Powers is in the building. PS is in the building. Come holla at us sisters in the building. C6 Banks is in the building. Y'all come on. Share the live. So, remember just last week, you guys, I was telling you guys I was at work. I'm the charge nurse. The CNAs, I'm their boss, but I do have a boss that's over me, which is the DON and the ADON. But when I'm there and my boss is not there and the assistant director of nursing is not there, that means it goes to me. Well, a CNA decided to tell people to go to lunch or whatever, and when I tried to correct her, all heck broke loose. Now, see what I'm saying? That was not something I was in agreement for her to do. That it just wasn't. And I said something to her about it. I was like, hey, do boo 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 boo. Don't do that again. Now, that's why the young lady called and was like, hey, I got a question. Some of you guys was in here, some of you guys wasn't. And it was all about, I'm telling her, that's my job. It's my job because I'm the charge nurse. It's my job to send people to their lunch at certain times because I'm doing it in a way where I know where everybody's at and everybody's taken care of. Not somebody just left in the bathroom and nobody knows about it. And I'm doing meds and then you're gonna come to me with an excuse. You guys understand what I'm saying? So I just told her, please do not do that. I don't run my hall like that. No, just don't do that. Well, at the end of the day, now I'm not saying I got in trouble, but I feel like I did. And I feel some kind of way about it. I really do. I feel some kind of way. Now, nobody didn't come and say nothing to me about it. Whoop to whoop to whoop. We look at each other in the hall. I go one way, they go another way. But the thing about it is, for the last 8-9 months, I've been on this one particular hall almost every given day. Every now and then, they might throw me on another hall. But for some reason, now, after that situation, I have not been back on that hall. So that makes me feel like I've been disciplinary because I told a CNA to do not do something. Now, I knew for a fact they wasn't going to come to me and say, hey, Sonny, you're wrong, because I wasn't wrong. I did not step out of my bounds. So they wasn't going to say anything, okay? But they do be like, well, Okay, we're gonna move her over there because y'all not getting along, or woo 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 woo. I did get the short end of the stick, but the good thing about the whole situation, the hall that I am on now, right now, is a better hall than what I was on. The hall that I was on, it took a little bit more work. The hall that I'm on, the last 3 days that I worked, because I worked Monday. No, I'm sorry. I worked at yeah, I did. I worked at Monday. I didn't work Tuesday, but then I worked the Thursday and Friday. The situation, I think it happened on a Wednesday. Don't get me wrong, it could have happened Tuesday. I don't know. No, I'm sorry, it happened on a Sunday because I was off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I was like, ugh. I don't know. But anyway, it's been a while. Hey Danielle, how you doing? Hey D Diva, what's going on? Anyway, you guys, so that's what's going on. And let me tell you something. So if I would have not said anything and something happened, I would have been responsible. Right? Yeah. I would have been responsible. They would have been saying, hey, Sonny, why was that person still left in the bathroom for 2 hours? Oh, because I went to lunch and then my CNA sent somebody to lunch. I don't know who or when or what time they left, but I thought they had it. I got 2 CNAs. I don't know why the person. What you mean you don't know why? That's your job to know why. But the minute that you correct somebody, you get a little bit of resistance from people. That's because they didn't respect you in the first place. Oh, they say they're your friend. But the minute you tell them, hey, don't do that, they like, oh, you're bullying me. And they had to probably calm the person down and say, hey, she was doing her job. Oh, you're taking her side and I do all of this for you. I come in here all the time for you guys and you guys take your side and blah, 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 blah. So what they do, so I'm on another hall, which is a better hall, but it don't, yeah, it doesn't look good. I feel like I've been a little bit punished for even speaking to the young lady. You know what I'm saying? I just do. Anyway, you guys, today's my husband's birthday. We went out to eat yesterday, and today is the day my mother passed away. So I couldn't really remember that, but somebody had to call. Well, I called somebody, and they was like, hey, how you feeling? And I was like, I'm good. And they was like, sure, today is a sad day for you. And I was like, no, it really isn't. They was like, yeah, it is. And I said, why is that? Because I literally forgot. They was like, and this was my daughter, so, I'm not mad at her, but she reminded me, she said, this is when Grandma passed away. It took a long time where the Lord had made me forget it. So on this particular day, I wouldn't feel so bad. And I was like, no, what is she talking about? Like, and then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? She's right. This was the day my mother passed away. Anyway, So, but I was feeling okay until I heard that. But anyway, you guys, let me share something with you. Danielle said, what's up, everyone? So, looking in, while I was in the trial, watching what's going on, they got some boys that's allegedly supposed to be YSL. P.S. said, congratulations. What P.S. what you congratulating? I don't get it. My mother passing away. What? So, getting another hall? I'm not too happy about it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just being honest with you. I've got 6 more months and then I can, she said, with your husband. Oh, because he's, his birthday today? Yeah. Yeah, I gave him a little money and then I took him out to eat yesterday at Texas Roadhouse. I don't particularly care for Texas Roadhouse. I told you guys I like Longhorn. The steak was a little tough. Had to fight it a little bit, but other than that, we ate and we booked up out of there. And many, many more. Yeah, he's doing. But overall, you guys, Let me talk about the trial a little bit. So they've got this other stuff coming in, and it's about these boys robbing another boy that's supposed to be some rapper, and he's got this diamond chain. They all wearing big loopy chains. I mean, these chains are huge, humongous, about the size of your hand. That's the medallion that's on the chain, and the chain looked like something, Kumo D or LL Cool J or all of them guys, and Flavor Flav would wear them big old chains like that. Everybody want to wear a chain like that, it. I mean, this was back in the day. I guess it's coming back that these big old loopy chains are where it's at. I don't know. I'll let them know. You guys say happy birthday to them, Miss Tina and P.S. and come holla at a sister. But anyway, they must have robbed some guy, and they didn't kill him or nothing, but they robbed him, took his chain and took his money or whatever. And allegedly they were supposed to get on Instagram, because that's the thing that everybody does now. They go on Instagram and they do a live. Allegedly it's supposed to be a live. I don't know if it's a live or it was private, but whatever it was, they got in there, and then they got the video of him showing this chain, and he says something about YSL and slap and all this other stuff, and they're talking about their clothing line has something to do with them making their money so they can commit these crimes. And I'm gonna tell you something though, I look and I'm like, I thought most of the money that they show was not real money. I thought, oh, that's that studio money. That ain't real money. They might got maybe probably $100 worth of ones, and then a couple of $100, and then they put the $100 on there, and then what I'm saying, because they very careless with it. Like they throw it up, they lay it on the ground. They no, I don't do that when you have a whole bunch of money, But I mean, I seen Rich Homie Quan's money. It was in his house. He had a counting machine right there, and I mean, he had stacks of hundreds in his house, and he was counting 10,000 at a time. It count $10,000. If one $100 was miscounted, he recounted it on the machine, and he put a rubber band on it, and then he counted another one. It was 10,000, then he picked up a big old stack, about 6, 7 stacks. He just set it up there. He got 10, 12, 15 people in the house just walking around, but ain't nobody touched that money, and he just got it just laying there. I could just imagine his girl when he passed away. She took that money and took off. You know what I'm saying? She probably's like, shoot, before I call them, she said, well, before I go take the baby to school, she went and put that money away. She got that money. She was sitting there talking about, oh, I went and took the baby to school. I put a cover over him and took the baby to school. She got that. Ain't nobody crazy. Ain't nobody crazy. And she is supposed to be suing TMZ for putting out that 911. But the one thing about it is, now 911s, you can hear those 911s on scanners. And if somebody got a scanner and then they knew what the address was to that, or they can go back and they have it on record and find what was said. I don't know. The 911 calls are now public. A lot of them is public. If you can catch it real quick, I'm just saying. So anyway, when they were saying that they had 100 witnesses, oh my goodness gracious. They have 100. They got a lot of witnesses. So these other boys, hey, woke to God. She said, happy birthday, Papa. Yep, today is his birthday. These boys I'm just gonna say, like, I don't care for neither side now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want these boys to go to prison, but I mean, they've been in jail for 2 years. I believe, let bygones be bygones. They did what they did. If they commit something else, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But give them a chance, because I mean, Young Thug ain't never really did anything. I mean, sold some weed or whatever. That's what a trap house is about. Stuff like that. But I'm not saying I condone it. But I just don't. I don't want it around me or near me. I just don't. I just don't think a person, sometimes you got to give them a warning. You just don't stick somebody in jail going, oh, because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you guys something that in last 2 days, I thought about this. So we had a young lady named Lisa. Allegedly supposed to be an attorney down there in Chicago area, okay? So Lisa would come in and she would spit some of her knowledge to us. Sometimes we bumped heads or whatever. Sometimes, she just gave us information. She talked to us or whatever. Now, I'm going to tell you, in every conversation I have with somebody, whether I'm in agreement with them or not, or we fall out, or we still cool or whatever. I don't know, don't really, I don't trip because I'm a married woman. You know what I'm saying? I can care less what a woman think about me. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you guys something. When people speak, when people call in and they talk to me, whether I'm in agreement with them or not, I hear what they're saying. And when I hear what they're saying, it may not be that I can understand at that particular time what that person has said. But I acknowledge something. In the last couple of days, I thought back to something that this young lady had told us. Well, she told me. And she said that she was talking on another subject. And I think we were talking about R. Kelly, or I don't know. We were talking about somebody that was a celebrity or something. I don't remember all the little details about the conversation. But she said, and I was listening to her. She said that the person that we were talking about was going to go to jail. They were pulling that person down. And the reason why they were pulling that person down, and we could have been talking about this young man here. I don't remember because I haven't talked to her in a long time. I don't know what she up to. But she was saying they don't even care if they really get him. They just going to keep him in jail or keep charges on him to break him. And what we were talking about was not R. Kelly. We were talking about P. Diddy. And P. Diddy, what she was telling me was, see, I remember now. She was saying they're going to have so many things on him when he do go to court. It's literally going to break him. To him trying to get out of trouble and stay out of trouble, they're literally going to break him till he don't have no more money. And I thought about that. I kind of thought, okay, he haven't went to jail yet. We're talking about P. Diddy. But I guess, when a person, is telling you something, like I said, you guys, I do listen. I do listen to somebody because I don't know everything. And if I worked in that kind of area, I may know a little more. But she worked in that type of area. So, of course, I'm going to listen because at the same time, I'm a layperson when it comes to the law. I'll be just like Mr. Sledge on the on the in court. I be done got so discombobulated. My head, my blood pressure be done went up. I be done got everything confused because if he was telling the truth, which I'm just being honest, you don't have to remember because the truth is the truth. You don't have to remember. Just like if you walked out and went to the mailbox, you don't have to remember you went to the mailbox. But what I don't understand is because the funny thing about this is, and it's weird. It's so weird to me because I was in the court today and the judge was asking Miss Love something about was something said or did, and it was within the last 6-7 months, okay, since they've been in court. Something that was did maybe a month or two ago, because she was only the judge in the last 2 months. So she was asking Miss Love, now did we already go over this? And they just sit there and looked at each other like, well, I don't know. We're going to have to go back and look at the paperwork or such and such and such and such. Right? Now get what I'm saying. But you guys are asking these people about 2015. Think about it. We're almost 10 years ago, and you want them to remember details, and you can't even remember details in the last 2 months. They have to go look at the paperwork and then be like they so. But I just couldn't understand it. I'm like, this is what I'm saying. The judge asked Miss Love, now did we went ahead and are we supposed to publish those pictures? We talked about this 2 months ago. And they were like, oh, I don't remember. I'm going to have to go back and take a look. I just can't remember. Okay, well, when you get the answer, you come back and let us know. But she gets so mad at these people because they can't remember 10 years ago. And I'm sitting there like, are you serious? I can't believe that you would get so upset and so mad. She started yelling at Antonio Sled. She was yelling at him. He had his head down. He was humble. And she was still rah, 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 rah. I felt like I wanted to come through that phone and snatch her by her neck and tell her, this is a grown man. Why are you doing it? I mean, I'm going to tell you something. And I'm glad he did do that. He humbled himself all the way down where only thing you could see is the back of his neck. That's how humble he was. He put his head down. He didn't look. He had his head down, and she was just biting, going. And he was like, yeah. And he finally got to a point. He was like, I don't recall. She was like, oh, now you're going, no, is every answer going to be I don't recall? He was like, I don't recall. He got to a point where he just crashed, you guys. He was just done. And you know what? You're not going to get in there with a bulldog like that, a bully. That I'm gonna tell you something, you guys. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Hey, Margie Mack, what's going on? Hey, Lisa Calhoun, what's going on? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you look at the whole situation, everybody got something that they want out of this trial. Everybody. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I truly believe with all my heart, okay? And that is this judge. I believe Judge Glanville is telling this judge what to do. I do believe Judge Glanville is running this show. He's telling her what she can bring in and what she should not bring in. and he's coaching her on the sideline. She ain't gonna never tell you that, but I believe, because I ain't no dummy, I believe he still got his hand in this mix, and he do not want no mistrial. He don't want it, okay? Because if it was a mistrial, they gonna have to go all the way back. They done gave all these people these plea deals and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. More people gonna die. More people gonna move. More people not gonna want to come and testify. And that settles all of that. Here's the thing, you guys. If you guys don't know, this trial is a long, tedious trial with a lot of information. It is not gonna end no time soon, okay? I keep coming in, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, the defense is very good. It seems like one goes in, and then the other one backs them up. Then the other one goes in, and I'm like, these two women against all of these other attorneys, 6 other attorneys, which each defendant has 2 attorneys at least. So you got 2 attorneys against 12 attorneys. Trust and believe one of them's gonna have the answer. And these women, they're definitely not. These Miss Hilton and Miss Love is just not doing a good job. And you really, I'm gonna be honest with you, you can't really expect them to do a good job. It's only but 2 women. They got all of these other attorneys, and most of them is men. And I'm just saying, you got Steele and then his sidekick, then you got Sledge and his sidekick, and then you got just all of them. I don't remember all of the defendants, but I remember Quay, his attorney Martin, and his sidekick, and then you got Stillwell, Shannon's, his attorney and his sidekick, and then you got Little Rod over there and his sidekick, and I don't even know what that boy's name behind him is. But I'm gonna tell you something else too. Today, and I'm hoping that they don't mix things up. But they had Young Thug setting up in the front with his attorney today. You know how usually Young Thug is sitting in the back, and then Shannon is behind him, and then Little Rod and is on that side, and then there's another defendant in the corner, a darker skinned defendant with his attorney. Well, they had Young Thug sitting right up in front, right in front of the judge now. I don't know why they did that. But I'm hoping they just did it because the jurors is not there, and maybe his attorney wanted to just hear what they had to say. He was going to get up a lot, so he decided to set up front. I'm hoping that they put him back in the back. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that's a strategic type of way of how to do things. Hey, Sanjay Watts, how you doing? Anyway, you guys, that was my whole thing. We know that, let me see, they started the trial in Memphis with the Tyree Nichols case. They're not putting it's not coming up as a live, you guys, so we can't see what's going on. But they did the opening statements today, so we didn't get to see none of that. And then the other thing is Frankie Beverly passed away. So you guys, the last time I seen Frankie Beverly and them, I went to Oklahoma. They had an outdoor concert to the reunion. Oklahoma always have this reunion where you come with your chairs and your blankets, and you pay I think it's like $40-50. And you get your ticket, you come there, you get you a seat, and you get on the lawn, and you make sure you have your umbrella so the sun be already going down, and they have like 6 or 7 artists come, and Frankie Beverly, Babyface. I can't remember all else that came, but it was a lot of artists, and they play music all night, and you can get up right there and do your dance. I can make you dance if you want me to. It'll make you dance. It'll make you dance. It'll make you dance, make you dance, make you dance. I can make you dance if you want me to. I don't know. But anyway, that's the last time I went to the concert. I went with my kids. I took the neighborhoods. I took the whole neighborhood. My son's friends, my daughter, and I was dating this Puerto Rican guy at the time. And we drove 2 cars up there. We got 2 rooms, and they went to the after party. We just went back to the room and chilled, and we just had a really good time, you know. But we danced all night long. I mean, the party did not stop until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you know. And it was just good. It was just good, you know. I mean, I can't really remember everybody that was there, but that's the last time I enjoyed some good music, you know, a good time, you know, and I got to go out of town and kick it with my kids for one last time. Anyway, you guys, that's all I have. Hey, Lisa Taylor, how you doing? She said, I'm driving, but I'm listening. So anyway, on some private situations, you guys know that if you want to catch Pooh Bear, you know, you need to answer your phone, because he be over my house every morning now, from now on, for a minute, you guys. And so I done took Pooh Bear to school a couple of times. So the little boys, if you want to know, remember he got into it with some little boys, and he told you he flash blast them or whatever. But anyway, whatever happened. He came back. He done had this. Allegedly, he's supposed to have a black eye. But when, you know, I called the school because my son said he had a black eye or two. So I called the school, and I hollered at them and told them I'm gonna be up there, and we taking pictures, and I'm calling the school board. And so I called the school board, and I cussed them out, and they was like, well, we own it, because see, we call them 911, we call them just 411. We can get those numbers like that. I know who I need to call. I don't have to think about what's going on, because you're gonna do something. And so anyway, and so when Pooh Bear got here the next day, you guys, he got this little bitty mark underneath his eye. Now, you know, Pooh Bear is a little light-skinned, so it's red. You know, you can tell it wasn't even swollen. It was just a little red mark, like he probably scratched. You know, it could have been a scratch or something. But he said the boy punched him in the eye, and he punched him in both eyes. But anyway, nevertheless. So the school board called me the next morning and told me, oh, we can't even talk to you because you're not even on the list for us. I said, you better handle it before I come up there, and I'll be on the list. Because I'm the grandma, you know what I'm saying? Now, you want to hear somebody holler? This is how you holler. So, next thing I know, they done called my son. They done called the baby's mama. They got them getting off work, showing up there, because grandma done hollered. Everybody going. And I told my son this. I said, son, this is what you do. You holler, and you holler really loud. Because when people think you're not paying attention, or you're not watching, or you don't care, then they're doing what they want. That's why this situation doesn't happen again, because they didn't take it serious the first time. Well, they said that Pooh Bear, when they got him in the office, he recanted his story. But at the end of the day, he's 7 years old. He's got to go to school with these boys, and he don't want to be a telltale. Plus, he ain't scared of nobody. So when he gets in front of his dad, he tells his dad what happened. And then when he gets in front of the school, he don't want you to go to the boys and say, well, Pooh Bear said this or Pooh Bear said that. Because now it's like you're a telltale or whatever. So and you can't tell a kid ain't nothing going to happen to you. And it doesn't happen to him again. So when Pooh Bear was here, the school board called and they was like, well, we can't talk to you, Sonny. We just can't talk to you. I said, well, you ain't got to talk to me, but you better do something about it because I'm going to the police. And you know what? I'm going to Cake 10 and tell the news that y'all letting 7-year-olds go to school and bully my grandson. And I done told you about it. And they was like, no, whoa. We can't talk to you about it, but we are on it. Well, you better get on it because I'm taking him to school. But when he got over here and I looked at the mark that was underneath his eye, I'm like, oh my goodness, I done acted a plumb fool. But still, like I said, when I talked to the principal was like, well, he recanted and he didn't say the same thing that he said before. And so, I really don't know. I don't believe nothing's happening. But like I told her, if he got a mark on him, you ain't got to worry about if you believe something happened or it didn't. Because something had to happen for him to have a black eye. And you don't want him to have a black eye. Trust me, you do not want him to have a black eye. Okay? Because I'm one of those grandparents that I get very involved with my grandkids and my kids. I'm very, very involved. And I don't want you guys to see me out of my character. You know what I'm saying? But I do get out of character when it comes to my kids and my and actually my husband. And my brothers and my mother. I get out of character. So I tell people all the time, anytime that you want to argue, cuss me out, call me names, I really don't care. I won't even say nothing. If you cuss me out and call me a name or you say something about me, I'd be like, all right, because you're nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can care less. You have a right to think however you want to think about me. That's fine. That's dandy. But please, I tell you, if you really want to fight, if you really want to throw down, do it in front of my kids. Do it in front of my grandkids. Do it in front of my husband. Do it in front of my mother, or do it in front of my brother. And you will have a big fight on your hands. That's all I got to say. And it ain't that, like I won't even be scared of you because I probably will. But you will get the rude awakening of a really good fight. Something that you didn't think that was in me will show you that, I've never been scared of anybody. I'm just not, People come to me all the time. Oh, she called you a name. Oh, she talking about you. What you gonna do? I ain't gonna do nothing because she got all right. She can say what she want to say or whatever. But don't come to my house thinking that you finna go home and step over here doing some stuff. Because I will put it down. And that's just the way I am. If you don't know me, now you do. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't no threat. That's just a promise. That's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I don't get into fights, because I don't put myself out there. It's just like this young lady. She wanted to yell, holler, argue when she called me. I'm not finna yell, holler. You can think whatever you want to think. This is what I did. Boom. I'm done. That's it. I'm not finna argue with you. And whatever happens after that, it happens. She said, who blackened my boy? Yes. So anyway, he gets here early in the morning. So he gets here around about 6 o'clock. I'll be getting off work, and then I'll be rushing home now. I'll be like, skirt. I hit that door. Usually it take me about an hour to get to work. Boy, I get off work at 6. I'll be home by 6:20. I'll be on the highway flowing. My car be like floating. Because I'm getting home to my grandbaby. And I walk in the door and he's like, hey, grandma. Hey, grandson. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. And if anybody got anything to say or whatever, let me know. Put it in the comments section. You got anything? What's up? But anyway, if you want to know, Pooh Bear's fine. He's good, you know. I'm finna go ahead and get his winter clothes. I've got them already in the cart, ready to go. So so he's already got all his clothes for summer and this, that, and the other. And I'm kind of glad I waited because it would be getting a little bit little for him because he's picking up a lot of weight. So it's starting to get cold. And so I've already purchased, I'm just waiting. Well, I've got it in the cart. I just need to swipe my card. I don't know if that's all I'm going to get yet. But I got his wardrobe for this winter time. And I'm glad because he'll be here with me. So I'll know exactly what he looks like going to school. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And maybe he'll get his school transferred to over here by me because his dad has a really good job now, and he's gonna keep this job hopefully. But he's putting everything into it, and it's the best job he could get. So and he got it. He been working to try to get this job for like 10 years, so he finally got it. And so yeah, he dreamed about this job when he was a kid. So yeah, he got the job he wanted. And so, and it's hard to get in those aircrafts, but he got it. So congratulations to him. There's this one lady. She wants us to pray for her friend. Her name is dang, what was her friend's name? I can't even remember her friend's name. But her husband died in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then our cousin, my husband's second cousin, first cousin passed away. So there's a lot of people dying right now. He died 2 days ago. She said, congratulations, he's following his... Exactly! You got it. See, some of you guys know what's going on. So anyway, you guys, I am going to get off of here and go back and watch some more of what they're talking about. See what's going on. But I was just giving kudos to some of the people that has came and went and left and doing their own thing and whatever. Congratulations to them. Because I don't like to argue. I mean, I just don't. So I'm happy the way everything ends. I really am. Like, I just don't like to argue. If somebody argumentative or something, I just be like, psh. Like, I'm not calling you no more. Don't call me no more. I'm not calling you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we gotta argue? Golly. Like, I mean, I like people, like, if you got a beef or something, just come to me and say what you say, and I say I'm sorry or something. You know what I'm saying? But but I guess sometimes people they want to argue, and like I won't argue about it. They say that I'm arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you arrogant. I'm not arrogant. It's just, why argue about something I don't care? Like, you can think what you think. Nobody cares. Think what you think. That's what you're supposed to do. Think what you think. But don't get mad at me because I don't think the way you think. You know? And it's just weird to me. But for somebody to, the Bible tells you about a strong house. A person can't come in a strong person's house and take over or whatever. Tell them what to do. Like you're not going to come over to my house and tell me, get out the kitchen, I'm cooking dinner. Go sit down somewhere. Put that over there and you pay this bill. You can't tell me that because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? So I feel very strong in my environment. So I'm going to do things my way. I don't let my husband's family come over here and tell me what to do. I don't let my kids tell me what to do. So I'm definitely not going to let anybody outside of that even think about that. You can tell me, because normally, here's the thing. I figured this out. And this is just for me. It may not be for you guys. But at the end of the day, my mind setting does not change unless you give me more information. And then I'll be like, okay, maybe I need to shut up. Maybe there's more to it. You know what I'm saying? Or give me some more information so now I can and I may not even want to say, yeah, I was wrong, or wow. I did that with my next door neighbor. He showed me something and I was like, no, this is my property line. I paid all this money for them to come and show me. He was like, but let me show you something. He went and got a shovel and he was just a digging. And I'm just sitting there and my son's sitting there. And I was like, you're over the line and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to make you take the fence up and blah, 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 blah. Woo, 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 woo. And then he hit something. And he said, that's a pin right there. And there was this long pipe pin and it's pink. And he said, I'm telling y'all something so you know. In every property line, you're going to have a pin at the bottom. It's going to be about 12 inches deep, maybe 18 to 20 inches deep. And that shows you your property line. You didn't even have to go pay for your property line. That right there tells you what your property line is. Did you guys know that? Okay, so now you know what I know. So anyway, he showed me that and he was like, yeah, that's it right there. And I was like, wow. So he was like, I'm not really over the line. And I was like, okay. And I was like, thank you for showing me that. So anyway, yeah. That's how you figure out where's your property line. You're going to have it on all four corners of your house, you guys. You guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, I'm finna get off of here. I just gave you guys the update. I don't know how the judge failed. And I'm not going to make fun of it because I thought she was paralyzed at one time or something. So it could have something to do with that. But she was getting up to go get some papers. And then she was like, boom. And she was like, I'm okay. It's like maybe she stepped on her robe, or maybe her, you know how sometimes you'll get up so fast and your leg is still asleep. Maybe that happened, or maybe it has to do with, because I think at the beginning when we were trying to look up this Judge Paige Whitaker, that's her name, Judge Paige Whitaker, I thought she was paralyzed. So to see her moving around like she is moving around, it's surprising to me. But people in the comment section is like, she went and took a little drink. They've been saying that from day one. It ain't just today. They've been saying that. That's all they say is she's an alcoholic. When she comes in, her face is always flushed. And she seems like she she gives love more and try to tell love how to do the case. She does more than what she's supposed to. Love is an attorney, the prosecuting attorney for the state, but she literally is telling love, she's just not good. She's just not right. She's really not right. I could see a lot of, and I get why she's doing it, because you got two women versus all of these 12 other attorneys over here, and they're kind of beating her down. But the funny thing about the whole situation is when Miss Love is up there, Miss Hilton is nowhere to be found. She be like gone. And then when she come back, it be like they done told Miss Love up. But Miss Hilton really don't say nothing when she's there. But you know how it is when you have support and you have somebody just still sitting there and they can at least tell you something or say something or tell you to keep going or don't worry about it. We'll get to it later. You know, you got some kind of support. But at the end of the day, you know, this is how it go. Oh, I was going to tell you guys one thing. So I was looking at the dynamics of everybody got something to win. So the Judge Page, like I said, I think that she's wanting to make Judge Glenville happy and not let these boys get a mistrial. So she's looking over a lot of stuff, because how many times you gotta have a Brady cause in there where she did not give information to the defense so that they can, I mean, that's what a discovery is. And she just don't do it. They getting discovery like the day before. Like, how you going to give me the information? You done had this information 2 years ago, and you just now giving it to us. That right there is it's not acceptable. And this judge is like, I'm gonna let it go. Overrule, sustain. If I didn't know what overruled and sustained meant before, when we did our little thing on here, our little court case, I know now. If I was a judge, I know what sustain mean. That means, you know what? Just, yeah, don't say it again. You know? Overruled means, guess what? Keep going. Anyway, you guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. But the sad thing about the whole situation, so the judge is trying to stay being a judge and make Glenville happy. Then you got the prosecutors. The prosecutors trying to keep their job, trying to back up Fannie and get more money, because if they can get rid of this, you know, so-called gang, which I believe that they need to handle business before it get to this part, you know. But, I mean, I don't understand where there's a lot of people died. So they're going to be talking about some guy named Harris died. I don't know who Harris is. It could be Threat. It could be somebody else. I don't know who it is. But they're saying somebody else died, and the YSL has something to do with somebody else dying. And you know, so I just can't wait to see who this person is and how did they die. I don't know. I have no clue. But they said about 6 people have been killed behind this gang, this alleged gang, which we know it is a gang out there and there is a label out there. So there's 2 entities, you know. But we don't know if they're all in cahoots with, you know, like there's some people that allegedly put themselves in a gang. They didn't get jumped in. They didn't get, you know, it wasn't hereditary. I mean, it wasn't like it was passed down. It's not in their bloodline or anything, but they call themselves a gang, you know. She said, yeah, the judge is unfair. Yeah, the judge is very Oh, Phyllis, what I was telling them, you probably didn't see that the judge fell in court today. I mean, yeah, she fell. She was trying to grab something. It's kind of like in the middle. It was right after a resting time. I think it was right after lunch. She fell. So, anyway, and I was letting them know that there's another murder that they're not charging these boys with, but they're saying that it's YSL affiliated. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to let you guys go. It was nice chatting with everybody, and I am starting to work on the channel. I got some things going. It may not seem like I do, but I do, you guys. I got some things going. But for some reason, my headaches have came back. So I have these headaches. And I just can't wait to go to the doctor to see what's going on with these headaches. But these headaches is getting very, very crucial where, you know, I just try to lay in the bed and don't move. And, you know, because right now, you know, my insurance has not got my insurance yet because, you know, the date we were supposed to get it, My husband had me doing everything else, and I told him this was gonna happen, and that happened. So, but we're coming back up to enrollment time for the insurance, so I'm gonna have to get it and go to the doctor and find out why these headaches are really kicking my butt. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off here. Be good, be safe, be nice to each other, and I'll see you guys Friday. All right, bye.